So you definitely do not need to draw this, and I did not draw this one when trying to do it, but I will draw it now just so that when we talk about the answer choices, we can see how they're false contrapositives, right? Because there were some false contrapositives in here. The first sentence can be drawn, but I don't think it needs to be. Every street will be swept at least once a month. That's pretty clear, right? The second sentence says, if it needs more frequent sweepings, then it will be qualified. So if it needs it, it's qualified. And then what does it say? If they request it, all requests by qualified neighbors, or neighborhoods, all requests will be satisfied immediately. Sound good? So if you're qualified, does that mean it's going to be swept?
No.
No, you have to make a request first, right, before we know that it'll be swept. I mean, it could be swept. We don't know. That's the issue. Okay, answer choice A. What makes it wrong? All neighborhoods which in construction is underway are qualified?
It doesn't say, it doesn't really indicate that construction is sufficient for you to be qualified.
Yeah, what does it say? Construction?
Dirty from construction.
Becoming dirty from construction. That's absolutely right. So, then you're qualified. Okay, B. All qualified neighborhoods will get their streets swept more than once a month.
You gotta make a request.
You gotta make a request. It is well, it's not that you have to, right? This is a sufficient condition.
Oh, okay.
But until you make that request, we don't know for sure whether or not you'll get a sweeping, right? Mm-hmm. So, or an interim sweeping or whatever. I was actually like, wow, this is a great neighborhood. They'll be satisfied immediately. It's like the last thing on my neighborhood's list of priorities, to do what I asked them to do. In any case, so B is out. C, no street will be swept more than once a month unless it is located in a qualified neighborhood. Why is this wrong? Yes, Josh.
It says that they will be swept at least once a month, but it doesn't say at most once a month.
Yeah. It's at least once a month, and if you're qualified, then you can ask for it, and it could happen more, but it doesn't tell us what happens when you're not qualified. When you're not qualified, you might be able to ask for it too. That's a false contrapositive, right? So if qualified and request, then sweep, but when you're not qualified, we don't know. Maybe you could request it then too, or someone could just do it for the heck of it. A qualified neighborhood that requests an interim sweeping will have its streets swept more than once a month. I actually didn't like this answer. Because I thought, what if you requested it the day before the monthly sweeping, and they ended up sweeping it then?
That's not immediate.
Wouldn't that just be dumb though?
That's a delay.
Okay, what if that's a delay?
It's weird.
What
if it's like?
But on the test, we're supposed to be rude, right? We're supposed to think of all the exceptions. So I thought, okay, this is not a bad answer, but I don't like it. Maybe there's something better. But E is a false contrapositive as well. No street in unqualified neighborhoods will be swept more than once a month. It said at least once a month, like you said, right? Just a second ago, Josh. So that doesn't have to be true, so it's got to be D. But, okay, Isabel, what if you requested it, like, as they're driving down your street? You're like, oh, we want an extra one. They're like, okay, no problem. And then that's it for the month. I don't know. I was just being a jerk. Remember? What's the LSAT supposed to make you?
A jerk.
A jerk, or something else. Starts with A. Okay, anyways. Any other questions on this? Okay, let's go.